everyone, and welcome to the Get Crystallized show. I'm your host, Coach Crystal, and I am so honored and humbled and excited because this is the very first time I've had a power couple on my show. And as all of you know, I bring in guests who are experts in mindset, in motivation, in hormones, in health and wellness. But this particular couple are near and dear to my heart because I have had the privilege and honor to witness this amazing transformation of Keiondrea. And they have this beautiful story. And because of her transformation, I know that Carl has blossomed into this budding entrepreneur, motivational speaker, and my goodness, I cannot wait. And so I'd love to start off. Firstly, Keiondrea, if you can share a little bit about yourself, what your life was like before R3 in terms of a couple of things: your health, your mindset, and where you were in terms of your entrepreneur adventure. Where was that all before you joined R3?
Okay. Hi, everyone. Again, my name is Keiondrea. I just turned 43.
Yay, happy millennium!
Thank you. Again, this is my husband, Carl, and I have two daughters. We have one who's 19 and the other one is 11 going on 20. But my journey before R3, I was kind of on that roller coaster, like, most women are, as far as, constantly running, not really taking any time for myself, busy with my girls, overweight, of course, just not happy. And I was looking for something that was going to help me get out of that rut. Again, it was the middle of the pandemic, and I was trying to find something that would help me just to, be better, to want to do better. That's how my event planning came about, and I started the business Front and Center Events. With the help of my husband, we just started doing a little research, and since it was something that I liked doing anyway, we wanted to see how, I could make it really happen for me. So that's how Front and Center Events came about. But again, a lot was going on. Like I said, I just needed something for me. So I met, of course, Coach Crystal I was in a mentorship for my business, and I met her through that, and we did something together. And once I, saw what she was doing, I was like, maybe this is something that will work for me. So I tried one of her, 30-day programs. And after that, I, really liked it. So I continued with the program. But again, before that, I didn't know anything about where to start. Like, I would go and work out, but it wasn't consistent. I was a part of a workout studio here, which I really enjoyed. I would go, but it would just be here and there. Food wise, I wasn't really doing anything that was really going to help me lose some weight, I should say. But after joining R3 and learning the pillars, the mindset, the nutritional component, and the fitness component, all three of those things together is what really made me start seeing some changes. And again, I didn't know anything about the whole mindset thing. That pillar, I have to say, is the main pillar that you need, because once you get the mindset right, everything else kind of falls into place. And like I said, I was pretty much okay with the working out. Now I do it, of course, with no issue. I'll say, like today, I have a session with Coach Crystal, and I'm like, oh gosh, I got a session with Coach Crystal, and he's like, you love it.
Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Carl. My man.
So, but like I said, but just seeing and being able to put all those three things together, it has been a total transformation for me. I'm down 50 plus pounds, and it's been an exciting journey. It wasn't easy, but now, like I said, it's gotten easier. It's become a part of my rituals, my habits, and things like that. And then I was able to pull this guy in. So, it's working. It's working. It really is working.
Well, in that first 30 days that you did, you lost, I think, was it about 15 pounds, that first
Yes.
30-day challenge? And then, I mean, this picture right here, Carl, come on. You
I
must be
know.
so proud
Yeah.
of your wifey.
Yeah. Yeah. I called the police. I didn't know who was in the house with me that night. I thought I said that somebody in here that took my wife and replaced her with this beautiful woman. Not that she wasn't beautiful before then, but I don't know who this is. The other day, Crystal, I thought she was my daughter coming in the house the other day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited for you, Carl. I'm just as proud, and it's unbelievable. I look at this woman who first joined R3, and with you, Carl, I'm with you. Like, who is that?
Yeah.
I don't know that, but this woman on the right, like that was, it was always Keiondrea, and now she's smiling constantly in front of the camera with ease, with her business, able to network, feeling good in her own skin. And I'm really excited because I know that you announced something really special on your birthday. I would love for you to chat a little bit about that, with taking your fitness to the next level.
Sure. Okay. So, like Coach Kristen said, I have to say this has definitely been a confident booster for me. Like, I'm coming out of my little comfort zone that I normally stay in. I'm normally very private. Even with starting R3, like I didn't tell a lot of people about it. I, kept it to myself. And, if someone asked, of course, I said what I was doing and things like that or whatever. But I never wanted to bring the outside in, always, I guess, that fear of what are people going to think or what are you doing and things like that or whatever. But being in the program, it has totally, helped me to work on that and be a little bit more, out of my shell. So what I did, I was talking to my husband, and it was like, it's so funny because sometimes we're so on the same kind of like level. Like I may be thinking something and he'll say it, of course, whatever. And then at that point, I'll be like, okay, well, maybe I should talk about it a little bit. But at first, I wasn't going to tell anyone about me being a part of this. What it is a fitness competition that I'll be taking part in October. Last year, I went to visit Coach Crystal and some other girls just to support the competition. And I was like sitting there thinking like, oh, I would love to do something like that. But never did I think it would be the following year that I would be doing it. So as I said, like I will be walking the stage for the first time. And what I did on my birthday is so funny. It just happened to be exactly 100 days until the competition. So I was talking to my husband about it, and I was like, well, maybe it's time to let people know, what I'm doing. And because now what I try to do too, that I'm on this journey it's all about growth, personal growth and things like that. And I want to inspire others, So I figured, how about we document this, my 100 days to the stage, letting people behind the scenes see what's going on, see me working out, see what I need to do to get, to the point where I need to get to walk that stage. And just to be able to let them know that even if it's not walking the stage, but anything that you put your mind to or anything that you're thinking about doing or it's something that you never thought you would do before, it's possible, and me coming out of my shell. And it's so funny because my husband, he lives for this type of stuff. So he, like I said, he has his own pages and things like that. And he loves being a part in front of the camera. And I'm just working up, getting to that. And so I said to him the other day, I said, although you drive me crazy sometimes, wanting to record every moment and stuff like that, when I go back and I look at the footage, he does a really great job at it. So any way that we're able to support each other and help each other out and, and in the long run, inspire somebody else, I thought that, we thought this was a great thing to do. So here we are.
I am so excited. Like, I'm very, very honored. You are a part of the R3 team, which is a passion of mine, is training women over 40 to do fitness competitions, because that's how I celebrated my 40th birthday. Is I thought, you know what? I want to feel stronger and sexier in my 40s than I did in my 20s. And what better way to do that than training for a competition? And since then, after stepping onto the stage, it wasn't even about competing with the other women. It wasn't even about the panel of judges in the front. It was my family and friends cheering me on and the pride that they felt. And that is exactly what I wanted other women over 40 to feel. And I am so excited, especially for you, Carl, to see your wife strut her stage and all of the hard work that this woman has done. I mean, this after picture is really the midpoint because we still have a good 12, 13 weeks before the show. So we're not even done yet. We're not even done. And so that feeling for you, I cannot wait for you to feel, Keiondrea, that feeling of empowerment, that feeling of accomplishment, that feeling of, if I can do this, I can do anything. And that is so wonderful, especially as, when after, to be honest, after 30, our body changes completely, right? And we do have to work twice as hard, but you are absolutely right and nailed it on the head that mindset matters most. Once the mind is right, everything falls into place. And I actually just caught one of your recent YouTube videos where you did your walk run on the track. And I love it because you said, like, look, we don't have the time, but I'm making the time. This is my lunch break and I'm out here. Yeah. And then afterwards, you drenched as you are, look, every time you work out, I know this girl, she looks like she's been dipping in a pool. She's drenched, comes back on camera and says, boom, it's done. It's all in your mind. It's what is important to you. And I love that message. So with that being said, and this amazing, before and after, Carl, witnessing your wife and her transformation, what was going on in your mind when she was sweating up a storm in the bedroom and you would see her from the beginning? How did that, what were you thinking, and how did that inspire you?
Well, like you said, initially the first thing I started noticing different was her overall energy, the way she spoke about things. And trust me, there was days where I would have to come in and she was having a tough time. You know what I'm saying? Not, it was more mental than anything else because the body at that point had already began the process. So the main thing was, trying to just keep her psychologically invested into the transformation. But then the other things that I saw is once you started to connect actually with the spirituality element of it, everything else to me got strengthened. You know what I'm saying? It was more fortified. So it was funny. I can remember one of the times when she was working out, she had the room door closed and my oldest daughter opened the door and the heat coming out of the room, she kind of was like, Daddy, I don't know what mommy trying to do. But if I hope passing out is a part of it, because if it is, that's what's getting ready to happen to her. And she caught her and she was leaning up against the wall. And like you said, it looked like she had, jumped out of the pool or been in a sauna for I don't know how long. But when I saw that compared to all the other times where she has made attempts in life to try to focus on it, I knew that this time was different, solely just because of those things. And then collectively, the rest of the household, our daughters and stuff started to take notice. And we started going out and doing different things. I could remember when the clothes, all of a sudden, she had nothing in her closet that she can wear. I could remember those things. So, there was little things that, or she would put something on and I would say, babe, that is it supposed to be baggy like that? I don't think that's the, we grown now. That's gone. We done left that time. And she know I need to go and get different things. And then I saw the confidence change because now while she's shopping, there's certain stores that she doesn't go into anymore because obviously she doesn't have anything in there that she can fit. So I saw her start to say, wow, I can go in this store now, and then she go in there and she tries stuff on and, I get to be the one who be able to tell her, that's the one, babe. That's cool. You got to get the shoes with that too. And I would encourage her with that. So, I started to see that. And then one day, like she said, she had the conversation about, being in a competition. And at this point in my mind, there's absolutely no way that we wasn't going to make that a reality for her after she invested everything that she had invested into the situation, you know. And I just know for a fact that, honestly speaking, it has impacted her, 360 degrees, as I talk about all the time, mind, body and soul. You know what I mean? So the spirit and element, the spirit element of what she needed to actually have take place in her mind and in her internally, it just took that thing and it just shot it to the next level. And then so what it did for me, honestly, one night she mentioned the situation about the 75 hard. So when she mentioned it to me, because I was always of the mindset, like you, Crystal, I used to be an athlete all the time. So really, I ate what I wanted to eat because condition-wise, I always knew the trick to get myself ready for whatever next season or whatever. I always knew what I needed to do until, like you said, 30 came and 30 said, I've been waiting on you. I've been waiting for you. Now, you can think you can do it any way you want. So anyway, long and short of that, she sent me this video. I'm listening to it. And I actually was, the gentleman that was speaking was like, wow, as a motivational speaker, you love to hear other motivating speakers. You know what I'm saying? So when I heard it, I'm like, okay, cool. And day one came. And day one came, then day two came. And first week, the back was sore. I ain't even going to sit up here and act like it wasn't. I was hurting. But what I will give her credit for is that she stuck right there with me. It wasn't like she was like, all right, he's going to slow me down or nothing like that. She kept encouraging me. And by her encouraging me, the next thing you know, I started to be a little bit more independent on it. And before you know it, I was down 33 pounds, like boom. So now guess who had to go shopping?
Woo-hoo!
Yeah, I went shopping. I put one shirt on. She said, you can go down one. I know the people heard me howling and screaming if I thought something was wrong with it. But I was just so happy because, when you start seeing X's come off of things, yes. Two X's and three X's, when you see an X come off, that's a party right there. So once the party got started and I seen everything else, we started to even communicate differently, right? So we started because your eating changes in certain situations, what restaurants you go to, all of the different things. I don't know if they saw the video, when you get a chance to check out the video we made, Coach
Janae.
Coach Janae, the protein buns. They were a hit. Yes. They were a hit. They were a hit. So, it created other fun things for us to do. We kind of reconnected in a lot of different other ways, which led us to saying, okay, when we get ready to go on this vacation, we get ready to travel. We have been too dedicated to this situation to not allow it, to fall by the wayside because we're going on vacation. So guess what? We're gonna pack our workout clothes just like we pack our relaxing clothes.
Give me a high five, Raineys.
Oh yeah, give me something in there. There you go. So that's what we wind up doing. So hence Raineys on the Rise was born.
Yes.
And we decided that, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna go. And the first one was in Antigua, and it was beautiful there. It got to the point where the people saw us walking so much every morning, they were just like, hey, like they was used to seeing us. Remember the guy that was there talking about how many times you walked today? So, clearly it was something that we were supposed to be doing. She actually got me started, Crystal. I guess I got crystallized too.
Woo!
I think she actually got me started with the vision board.
Yes.
I think the vision board planted that seed here, and everything else just started to water it, fertilize it. Everything else was sun, and it was just, part of the growth and development of it. But that's how it all came to be from what I remember.
Okay, firstly, can you just turn to that wonderful husband of yours, give him a big hug from me right now, just the biggest bear hug, because what a blessing. What a blessing to have such a supportive husband. First and foremost, Carl, you have given me shivers in all that you have said, all that you have shared, and all that you have done to support your beautiful wife. Firstly, I want to honor you.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
There's a couple of nuggets that you shared as well. That is absolutely a game changer at R3. Keiondrea, you did mention the 3 pillars, absolutely, mindset, fitness, and nutrition. But the foundation truly is, and I'm so happy, Carl, that you picked that up, is faith. We're very faith-driven, faith-based.
Absolutely.
And, as a Christian woman, Christ is the CEO of R3. And that is where we truly, when our physical bodies, because we're weak, we are weak.
You're right.
When our physical bodies are giving up, our mindset is giving up, our own physical strength and humanness kicks in, we lean on who? The Lord, because he is way stronger than we can ever be. So number one, thank you for picking that up, that her faith walk has definitely, and I've seen it too. She's attended a few, almost all our Bible studies, and I've seen that spiritual growth. So your walk, Keiondrea, 100%. So Carl, thank you for picking that up. And then a second thing that you had also mentioned, aside from the faith as well, is, that the whole mindset component, and then it trickling, because I always look at my women at R3. Right now, we currently serve women. We're working our way towards serving couples, just like you. But the woman is like, the way I look at it, like a pebble in a pond. When you throw a pebble in a pond, the ripple effect happens. And that's exactly what happened in your household, where your girls witnessed the changes in her, you witnessed the changes in her, and that in effect, I know, I remember, Keiondrea, you shared a picture of your girls flexing, like you're really inspiring your girls to, yes, I know that they're in dance, but what you're really doing, because they're watching, is exercising and having a good mindset and a strong faith walk. That is going to be implanted in them, and it's truly going to affect the way that they live the rest of their life. And that is a beautiful thing, that they're noticing, I need to respect and honor this body that the Lord has blessed me with by exercising it, by filling my mind with all that is true, by getting into the word, by fueling my body with good, healthy foods and not abusing it and respecting it. So what you're teaching your daughters as a couple is huge. To me, honestly, that is one of the biggest reasons why we do what we do, is because we know that in effect, your spouse and your kids are going to benefit from you. At first, Keiondrea, I know she came to us and said, it's all about my kids. Like, I'm always there for them. They're in competitive dance, and it's always other people before her. And one of the mind shifts that she learned was, what? Actually, self-care is not selfish. It's actually selfless. Because when she is happier, when she is stronger, when she has more energy, it's you, Carl. It's the girls that benefit.
Oh, absolutely.
And now I am just, can I give you another high five for losing that 30? And it's so beautiful to see that now you're a recipient of her starting this momentum together, and now your health is, like you both have coined it, on the rise. Like you're both taking your mindset, your faith, and your fitness to the next level. And so I really want to honor you for being a supportive husband, for witnessing her faith walk, and jumping on board as well. Absolutely. on this healthy lifestyle. And I love witnessing it. I watch your lives. So tell us a little bit about that. What are your lives called on your Facebook profile that you share?
So I have a few. One major one is Motivational Monday, and it's more or less geared around just trying to give a pep talk, to the concept of it being Monday, and us kind of just not looking at that like, oh, it's Monday, but more or less like, okay, it is Monday, and I got this energy, and I need to do what I need to do. So that's one segment of it. The other actual segment of it is, and I actually made that one a priority lately. Quote of the days. Quote of the days are really just trying to, once again, just help fortify it. Because I was doing Monday, and Monday was cool, but then I was like, okay, it'd be 7 days again until I get to another Monday. I need to do something. It's just like putting a seed in the ground. If you don't go back and put any water on it, if you don't, make sure it get all the rest of the things it needs, it doesn't ever fully develop the way it should. So that kind of sparked me to say, okay, cool, do the Motivational Mondays, but then come back and hit them on Tuesday with a quote of the day, and then Wednesday, and then so on and so forth. I also do a podcast actually with my younger brother, and that's geared to a whole different type of, I would say, anybody who just because we're both over 40 years of age, obviously. So we speak differently. You know what I'm saying? We talk about things like we would have porch talk, talking about different things that's going on in the world. So I do that, So I try to find a way to be able to say, okay, how can I, appeal to a broad audience? Motivational Mondays. Let me hit them with a couple quote of the days, but the objective more than anything else, because I live by the MVP format, and that's motivational vision and perspective. I motivate people, visualize by seeing me do these things, speak to these things, and give them my perspective. The objective in that situation is for them to say, you know what? He seems like a regular dude like me. He seems like a guy who gets up and puts his pants on one leg at a time, one shirt sleeve at a time. He seems pretty regular, because a lot of times what winds up happening is it's hard to relate to people because they're at a different level in life. So they become what's quote unquote, all right, they're in a wealthy situation or they're in a different place. So they can speak that way. My journey actually started with that situation. I was forced into retirement. In a sense, I had got injured, and I wound up being injured to the point where I could not return to that duty. Because of that, I had all of this time, this newfound time on my hands. And there was things that I would do. I would talk to people who I used to work with, and I would speak to other people who were telling me what was going on in their life. And before I knew it, their issues was worse than mine. And I said, I don't have no problems. I don't have no problems. So what do I need to do? Well, let me start trying to be a motivator to them. And so hence is where the whole creation of it came from in terms of what I do, the name of my YouTube channel. And, it's P Original 1996. And the concept of that is where those motivational moments are. There's some other things, but the whole concept is geared around my MVP format, which once again is motivational, vision, and perspective. If we look at life from a motivated perspective, we'll be motivated to do more things.
That's beautiful. I love that. And I also, I just want to point out that you took what typically would be a downfall, you rose up from that. And you took that opportunity, you flipped it upside down and said, you know what?
Absolutely.
Number one, there are others that are worse off than me. So kudos to you for recognizing that immediately and using that as, beautiful, Keiondrea. Okay, give your wifey a kiss. Give your wifey a kiss. Okay, we need some of that PDA because it's well-deserved. But you also, use it as an opportunity to teach. And I really appreciate that. And, personally, I believe, and I have coaches. I believe coaches need coaches. And what I look for when I hire a coach is that they walk the talk, that they have learned from their mistakes. And when I look at a coach, I see, okay, they did things the hard way. And by learning through what they did, I can avoid those things and get from A to Z without having to go through the B, C, D,
right.
And all of those ups and downs, because they found a proven method and they inspire me to do better. And but more importantly, they're a person of integrity because they've been there. And so, you are, I love it. You are a coach, sir. You are, and I love that your acronym MVP is perfect for a coach, because as a motivational coach, your message being, you are an MVP.
You're an MVP.
That's a choice. And I love that. So this is a unique situation because typically the way that I wrap up my podcast is I will ask, like, who is your number one mentor? But I want to kind of just switch things up a little bit. And what I want to ask, we'll start off with ladies first, Keiondrea. I want to ask, what is one thing? I know there's a lot. What is one thing that you love about Carl?
Oh, he's the ultimate cheerleader. The ultimate. I mean, I know you said one word, but he's my backbone, my support. Like, I don't have to worry about anything I want to do, as long as it's, not crazy. And come on, you talk about me, of course it wouldn't be crazy. He's there for it. Like, he's game. He's ready. Okay, what we need to do to take it to the next level. So he's definitely like I said, a great support. My everything.
That's amazing. Thank you. And Carl, what's one thing, I know the list is long, what is one thing that you love about Keiondrea?
Well, like she said, it's tough. Well, I can't come up with one term. So what I will say is that as motivating as I can be, you always need that person that can help motivate the motivator, right? So she has always been my foundation in terms of knowing when to move a certain type of way, how to move a certain type of way. I call her my editor. She's my editor. You know, there's things that I'm super psyched up about it, and she'll say, "It sounds great. Did you think about this?" So she's my voice of reason. She's also like she was saying, she's my everything in the sense of, just because I have my down moments too. So she's everything. She's, an example to me because I look at her and I know that things are going to be okay when I look at her and she looks at me and lets me know, I know you got it. I know you. Trust yourself. And I can't think of how many times that she has done that. So she has been a multitude of different things. But like I said, foundation, once again, one of my, my biggest cheerleader, like she said as well. Also, as the mother of my children, there is a debt that I'm always going to be in debt to her just because she blessed me with them two girls. And, it's a lot of things that just goes into making her. I call her a Jacqueline of all trades, master of none. So she knows how to do all of these different things. And for you to be able to keep me, because I can be all over the place, she'll tell. You can keep me grounded. You got a special quality about you because not too many people usually can do that. So that's what she does for me. And I'm just so glad. I'm so glad that she has been crystallized. Honest to God, I am so glad because she found a piece of her that I think that was misplaced for a while. And she recaptured it. And I don't think that would have been possible as easily if she had not met you, which then, Intel triggered those things, which then, like you said, had the ripple effect in my household. So it's because she's been crystallized that the entire home has been crystallized. Oh. And as the wife and the mother and everything that she's always been, I know that there's no way that this situation would have developed if it was not for you and all the rest of the coaches that helped her get here.
I'm humbled, Carl, but all glory to God. All glory to him.
Amen. Amen.
So the very, very last thing, Raineys on the rise, yes, together as a collective, that being your YouTube channel, what is the legacy that you want to leave with Raineys on the rise?
For me, it's about inspiring and being that example to my daughters, first of all, letting them know that anything is possible. They can do anything, it's out for them, it's out there for them to get, and whatever they put their mind to, whatever their dreams are, don't let anyone hold them back or talk them out of it. Because I feel like for me, that's a major part of who I am today, because I allow others to kind of like dictate, my moves. And I don't want that for them. So now on this journey that I'm on now, I feel like I'm more of my own self, and I'm making more of the decisions, and it's okay to say no, and doing things for me. And I want them to have the same thing, letting them know that they're the CEO of their lives, and that, anything they trust in the Lord for, it'll happen, and just being able to, like I said, inspire others. Like throughout this journey now, not only was I able to, inspire my husband and, but now, like, getting my mother and my sisters, being a part of it. And there's just being at work and, people saying to me, like, what are you doing? I see the changes. And now, like I said, this making me be able to come out of my shell. Like, I've actually said to people what I'm doing. That was never me before. And I feel like, and, and of course, they're like, you got this, you know what I mean? And so I want others to be able to feel that. So that's why I'm so open to sharing now. You know what I mean? It's still hard sometimes, but like I said, but I'm not closing the door on it. So definitely a legacy for me is being able to inspire and, you know, be that is some that ear that others need, you know, and things like that or whatever. Like just anything is possible.
Amazing. Carl, what about you?
Like she said, you know, I want to be, and I always say this every morning when I pray, you know, I always want to be known as that spark, that motivation, that inspiration. I want to be known as the finger that makes you flick the switch or press the button and tap into the greatness that's inside of you. My objective in life has always been the same things. I'm going to talk to people anyway. I'm going to. So why not be someone who tells you something that could help you? So my thing is I want, especially my girls, I want it to become infectious, that they see, you know, that when you chase these things, like I live from a pop mindset. You know what I mean? I use a lot of acronyms, POP, you know, pursuit of our passions and things of that nature. My objective for them is to grab a hold to whatever that you enjoy in life. I had an aunt that told me years ago, she said, nephew, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life.
Amen.
And my thing more than anything else is because we're all on the clock, like you said, and we're all living the life that we were blessed to have. The objective more than anything else is for people to find their greatness, tap into it. Understand that it's not yours to hold on to. You're supposed to share it with people. This is what's going on with my wife now. Once she reclaimed that situation, it became something, obviously, like I said, I would like for it to become infectious, and it got me the same way. So when she got crystallized, I was crystallized, which means that we had to do, you know, make sure the babies was crystallized too.
Yeah.
You know? So the main thing that I would want to leave with anybody is you are unique. You were created to do something specific. Stop looking around and try to be a carbon copy of anything else and just be a unique you. Mm-hmm. All you got to do is first and foremost put God before all of these different things, because there is no beginning before there anyway. Mm-hmm. And once you identify with what you're calling a purpose in life, do it like you on fire. Mm-hmm. Do it like you know, can't nothing be quenching or can't nothing quench that fire, but the water that you need to sweat from when you're putting in that work. Mm-hmm. And that's my main thing. Just keep working hard. Just keep looking forward. And if they ain't talking about you, you must not be doing it right anyway. So let them talk. And that's my thing. That's what I want to leave my legacy is that I want people to remember there's a greatness that's inside of you. Stop looking away from it and tap into it.
Tap into your greatness. That is so good. I know that there's going to be a ton of listeners and those that are going to watch the replay and listen to this podcast, that they're going to be absolutely inspired. So if you want more of this amazing couple, make sure you subscribe to their YouTube channel, Raineys on the Rise. I have put the link up so you can click on subscribe and follow this amazing couple, their journey, and especially Keiondrea's 100 Days to Stage. And with that, we're going to have a part 2 and a part 3. We're gonna meet at like the day 50 point and see where you're at, where your mind's at, where your body's at. And then, of course, I'll have you both back after the competition, maybe like 110, something like that. Give you a chance to calm down, you know, relax a little bit. Yeah. And then I would love to interview you both and just your whole journey about being on stage and Carl being by her side, you know, losing your voice, screaming for your wifey up there. I cannot wait to witness that. It has been an absolute honor to have you both on. I am so proud of the both of you. Yeah, again, being crystallized, honestly, is that pebble in the pond, and it's all glory to God. It's because of him that he has put that passion, that pop in my life to inspire women to live their best life so that their families will reap the benefit of and you have proven that with your love for one another, the inspiration that you are to your children. So Carl, again, wow, what a blessing you are as a husband. And Keiondrea, you know how much I adore you. I am so unbelievably proud of you. And we still got a ways to go for that stage. So, cannot wait for the package that we're going to bring in October. And don't you worry, we are going to have a part 2 and part 3 with Keiondrea and with Carl. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for inspiring us to live our best lives and to tap into your greatness, our greatness. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us, Crystal. Crystallized.
Woo! Yeah. Oh, I love it. Crystallized. What is that? They call that sparkly fingers or
That's it. You was that, babe? Where you was
that's
at?
crystallized,
Yeah.
right? Okay, that's it. That's new. That's new. Carl, that's it. That's coined now. That's what crystallized is right here.
Absolutely. That's right.
I love you both so much. Thank you. And
Love
we'll
you
see you
back.
next time on
All right.
the Get Crystallized show. Have a great day, everybody.
Take care.